All right, here we go. Kind of early here in Massachusetts at 9 o'clock, but it is bright and early in Utah. And I'm extremely excited that our next guest was up and ready to come on here live. It's really exciting because whenever you can have one of the board members come on and talk about the inner workings of the event, get you excited. Not only is she part of the USAT board, she's going to be a part of a couple presentations, part of podcasts, and hear all about the great work for this year and upcoming years for USAT and all that the members and participants in this event are going to look forward to in the coming years. So, Kiera, good morning, I should say, first.
Yes, good morning, bright and early.
Yes. So, for those out there watching and listening, tell us a little bit about your journey into education and the work you're doing now.
Yeah, so I've been in education for about 12, 13 years. I don't keep track entirely, but I've passed the 10-year mark.
Okay, great.
And I used to be an English and history teacher. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I started getting more involved in the ed tech world and eventually got on the USET board. And currently, right now, I'm a digital teaching and learning specialist with Jordan School District, which is one of the largest school districts in Utah.
Wow, that's awesome. And how was that transition? Just moving into that, was it nerve-wracking? It was interesting. I spoke to another presenter, Emma, who made a similar transition in her teaching career. What drove you to that?
So it really was kind of the easiest transition you can imagine, because I feel like people in the ed tech community are the best type of people, because
Okay.
it's more like just their attitudes, right? It's like anyone who deals with technology, you know that sometimes it doesn't work and that you have to find a workaround and you try a different thing. And that willingness to try, I think it goes a long way into like making new things easier for people, because you're like, hey,
Mhm.
we'll just try it, right? And so I work with a great team. We help support teachers in the district with digital tools that we have available, as well as making teaching more effective.
Awesome. And also let's talk a little bit about your current role and the board.
Yeah. So, like I said, when I kind of transitioned more into this ed tech space, USET was a big part of it. I mean, I had gone to the USET conference and I had presented, and I was like, these are the coolest type of people. I want to be involved. And so I ran for the board several times. And then the third time's the charm, though, and I made it on the board. And then
Okay.
once we were on the board, just being involved, helping plan and organize and run the conference, and kind of seeing everything on the back end was amazing. And then this last year, nope, I lied.
Okay.
Last 2 years, I've been the president-elect. We've kind of restructured the format of the board. So president-elect, and then I'll be president for the upcoming 2 years, and then be like past president. Just so we have a little bit more support for people who are in the president role, because it was like, you're president, yay, plan a
Right.
conference, and then it's all over and done. You're like, wait, I want to do it better. And so we've
Right.
made some changes to make that more feasible. So
Awesome. That's exciting. And as current president of MASCD here in Massachusetts, I know the work that's going to go into that and the vision that you have to have. So kudos to you. So the event is coming up. Are you excited? Are you just like, wow, we still got a lot to do because it's
yeah.
about 8 or 9 days away.
It's a little bit of both, to be honest. Like, and you are aware of this. Like, anytime that you plan a big event, you spend a lot of time before it, like getting ready, right? It's been a long time coming. So now that it's almost here, it's like the anticipation is coming, and we're just gearing up to see everybody and hope everything goes without a hitch. Um,
Sure.
but there's obviously still a long to-do list, and we have all of the board members. We have long email threads of like, did this, and so yes to both, I guess.
Okay, awesome. And so you shared before you came on, you're going to be part of a few collaborative sessions. Can you share a little bit about that work?
Yeah, so I've learned from my time on the board that the running the USAT conference is kind of like being a chicken with your head cut off. You're just like
Okay.
running around in all directions. And so in the past, I've done a lot of sessions, and then I've also helped run a lot of things. This year I was like, I'm going to like take a step back and just like focus on the conference, That didn't work so well because I still got wrapped up into some sessions, which I'm more than happy to.
Okay.
So one session is a panel on open education resources,
Oh,
focused
wow. That's
on,
exciting.
yeah, and some like specific tools that we use in the state, which is awesome. And then another new feature that they're doing at the conference this year is running a podcasting booth.
Yes.
And so we have several podcasters that are going to be doing sessions at USAT using that booth. And one of the podcasts that I'm on is going to be using it. So we're very excited.
Awesome. And I heard about it kind of after, like I said, I was kind of a late minute addition, but next year, if invited back, I'd love to be a part of that
Yeah.
and share and bring Stronger Together out to Utah. So through all of this, through your busy schedule and attending and being part of sessions, what are some of the learning or what are some of the products or tools that you're looking to get out of this event? And hopefully you have some time to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. My biggest takeaway from the USET conference is the connections that I make with people. Um,
Great.
it's it's like it's like a big family reunion. You see everybody from
Oh, that's great.
former districts that I've worked in, as well as like different like educational groups that I'm a part of, and to
Mhm.
bring everyone together to share in learning and best practice is just always a good event. So that's my favorite part. Obviously, artificial intelligence is a big topic this year, and there's going to be
Mhm.
tons of great sessions on that at USET. And then I particularly in my role in the district, I do a lot with media literacy and like digital citizenship. So I'm
Oh,
excited to
wow. Okay. That's exciting.
yeah.
Wonderful. So I'm guessing you're a veteran of this event or been there a while, especially being on the board. And for new individuals coming like myself or other, because I know you've also combined this year with the Library Association, what are some tips you have for some from new participants?
Yeah. I think especially if you've never been to USET before, um, it can be a little overwhelming, but if you've been to like ISTE, then you'll be an old hat at it.
Okay.
The biggest recommendation I have is like get to know Sketch and like the
Yeah.
format of it. So that like you plan out your sessions beforehand, you have backups just in case some of them are busier than you think they are. And just like kind of own your space. So like understand the map where things are, and if you don't want to walk all the way across the conference center, like know where sessions are closer to you so that you can save your feet strength, because it can be exhausting. It's a 2-day fire hose, but I think the most successful people are the ones that like make a plan beforehand and make some time to like uh, really make the most of it, like by picking the best sessions and then connecting with others throughout the day.
No, absolutely. And as much as I like doing the podcast on site. I'm really enjoying looking through the sketch because I'm going to attend sessions and be a part of it. There's so much to offer. There's so much there for any individual. And I like how there's many different tracks. As an assistant superintendent,
Mhm.
there's things that I want to attend, library media specialists, tech coaches, principals. There's a lot there. And I think that's really commendable to yourself, the board. I think that's exciting. And speaking of the board, what are some of the things that you hope to bring next year as president?
The next year, I want to focus more on like finding joy or sparking creativity in
Mhm.
education, just because like I am really concerned about teacher burnout and teacher retention.
Yes.
And I know that we face a lot of hard things in education, but I also kind of want to celebrate and focus on the things that bring us happiness in education too, because it's a great job.
Right?
And I wanted to do my part to celebrate that. So that's kind of what I've been toying with right now.
So what's something you do in your day-to-day job? So I know for me, as a central office administrator, I try to get into schools as much as possible. I'm there for drop off, or I go deliver professional development, or I'm a guest reader. That brings me joy because as a former principal, I missed that when I moved into the
Mhm.
central office role. But so I try to get back as much as I can. What is something you in your role really bring out as joy for you?
That is such a good question because, like, when I shifted into this role, that was the biggest thing that I missed.
Right?
Kids are the best part of the job, and when you aren't in a classroom, you miss them so much. So just like you said, like trying to get out into schools as much as possible. Like my job is to support teachers, and part of that is like when I can be in the schools, when I can be in classrooms, I just get it's so fun, right? Because you get to see the kids and like how they're reacting to the lesson and or the
Mhm.
tool that they're learning. But also just like celebrating all the many amazing things that are happening in our district. One of the things that we do in our department is we host a podcast where we like bring in
That's exciting.
teachers to like talk to them about like what are you doing in your classroom and what are you celebrating, and it's so fun to see teachers share like the exciting things that are happening. So that, like you said, like anything, I think finding what brings you joy and then centering that in your job is goes a long way.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for coming on. Make sure to follow Kiera below. But before we have you start your Saturday, because it's about 7:10 there, I always want to know, and you talk about collaboration and the work that you're doing in the collaborative sessions that you're doing and next year on the board.
Mhm.
But when I say stronger together, what does that mean to you as a professional?
Oh my gosh, I loved this theme that you have. What does stronger together mean? Because that is what education is, right? No longer are the days of just my classroom, my rules, my world. It's we're in this together and we are stronger together and we have to contribute, we have to build each other up because we can't survive by ourselves. So stronger together means that everyone pitches in and everyone hopefully succeeds because we are stronger together.
Awesome. So for first timers, make sure to check out Kiera at the event. Follow the event the whole time, and it's exciting to have the both the Coalition for EdTech and the Utah Library Media Association together. So make sure to check that out. It's going to be a wonderful event, and I look forward to seeing you and meeting you in person
Yeah.
in just about a little over a week in a few days.
Yes. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for coming on. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. For those of you who are continuing to tune in and watch, there's a playlist that we're going to be sending out. I just connected with Matt Winters. He's going to be sending it out on the listserv that he sends out. We're putting all of this together to ensure that you are really excited, as Kiera said, bringing joy to this event and learning from some of our presenters to get excited for their session. So, Kiera, I hope you have a great Saturday. I'll see you in Salt Lake. And for those watching, tuning in, and doing this work, remember, in a stronger together community, we put we over me. Have a great Saturday, Kiera.
Thank you. See ya.